can just get you guys to start off by telling me who you are and your role in Fog Bandits.
Sure. I'm Jamie. I'm the singer and I sometimes play guitar.
I'm Adam, and I'm the drummer.
Perfect. If you were to sum up your band for anyone that hadn't heard you, what would you say you guys are like?
Someone gave me a
Hilarious.
really good someone gave me a really good one of these recently. Um, they told me it was the night our EP came out. They sent me a message saying, I think I finally figured out what your band sounds like. It was just like when I listen to so and so, I feel like I'm just walking down a lovely street at night, just in my own thoughts. When I listen to Fog Bandits, I feel like I'm running for my life in the middle of a haunted forest. And I'm like, you know what? That's kind of where we're at right now. So there you go.
You know what? I can hear it. I can hear
Yeah,
it.
I can hear the info there. I can hear it.
Mm.
Um, where did the name Fog Bandits come from?
Was that my Lucas?
I wasn't even looking. So
Was it
our old
not?
guitarist, like this band, like this was like somehow the first band I was in when I was like a kid, and I made it with one of my best pals, and we couldn't think of a name. And he was watching his dad. His dad plays in bands, and he was watching his dad play. One of his dad's pals came up to him, pissed, and was like, I always wanted to call a band Fog Bandits or the Fog Bandits. And he came into the rehearsal next day and he was like, so we should do it. And I was like, I can't think of anything better. And we cut the, and
Mm.
then we just went with it. So that's
Basic
not
shit.
that,
Can't
that
do that.
we
That's
bumped it from someone.
that's actually quite fun though.
Yeah, I think it's a good story.
Mm.
So you have just released your new EP, This Coven. What has the process been like creating that one? Have these songs been in the works for a while or?
I mean, it was a long process. Two of the songs, Pretty Little Words and Home Time, were written before I'd even joined.
And like
So
Home Time, I
that was
wrote in the first version of Home Time, and I think a lot of the lyrics stayed the same outside of like a few wee lines. I wrote when it was like the heat of lockdown. I was like 18 when I wrote them, like in 2021.
you
So
were
I was a wee guy.
very reluctant to bring them back as well, weren't you?
Yeah, no, I was,
Mm.
especially
A lot
Pretty
of
Little
convincing.
Lies as well. But the other three songs all came about in the last year or so. I think
Mm.
we had like a massive writing spike in like kind of from February through to like May where we just wrote so many songs. And then those
Yeah,
three were the ones we just really, really loved.
because we've got him and Nico and Dylan. I think that just
Yeah, yeah. Our
brought about
big
a new kind of energy, life to the band. It really helped.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Yeah. And obviously the EP is called This Coven. Was there ever any other names you thought of calling it, or was it always going to be that?
We had like I did all the titling stuff because I'm the pure artsy one. Uh, so, like I had another one that was based off of a song we put out a while ago, and it was going to be called "Tell Me When It's Safe," but that song never ended up being on the EP. And we were kind of like, well, we wrote this coven as a song. Like I think it was like the first song we wrote when we had the lineup that we have now.
Yeah, the first gig we played at was St. Luke's last year, right?
No, it was bad because it was a really it was in
Oh,
front of no one.
yeah.
But anyway, we wrote the song, and I was just like, that kind of sums up, just in my head, that just sums up. We don't need to come up with another title. That kind of sums up the collection of all of these put together. I think it just works in my head. I can't explain it. It sounds right to me, and I get very stubborn when I think something sounds right. So
Yeah. Also,
Fair.
it's a good kind of narrative throughout it as well. I think it works for the
yeah,
vibe of it.
yeah, it does. I think it's the vibe really well.
Yeah. So how did you guys decide that this was the right time to put out a bigger piece of work like an EP rather than just singles?
Well,
Kind of few things there. It's got stick only releasing one song like once a year.
yeah, it just wasn't it. Like all the bands that we love are like album bands. You know, I can't. I
Yeah.
really struggled to get into the sort of mentality of just like releasing singles over and over again because I'm like, aye, but like I don't listen to other bands' singles. You know, like
Yeah.
I
The
love
only,
putting on like an album or
I
something.
say you listen to a single when you're waiting on the album coming out. Really.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And so for us, it was like we had this massive change in how we wanted the band to be. Like, I want to say like it was about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And that's when we went from a three-piece to a four-piece. We got in Nico and Dylan, and we were like, right, how can we distinguish what we were doing when we were like, ah, we're just playing a band, we're just playing as a band for our pals. To we want to like release stuff and what we
Yeah.
want
Want
something.
to
Like that.
do
And
something.
so this was like the perfect way to do it, I think. So we sort of threw ourselves at it and see what happens.
Well, I think it was getting those songs out and kind of out the way to then work on that transition into doing the newer stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is like a kind of bridging point to where we're wanting to be, but it was like a really good excuse to sort of try making a project, and we really loved
Yeah.
doing it. So,
I'd say it was fun. Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you guys have a favorite song off of the EP?
Oh.
I do. I don't know. I don't know. I overthink everything, so I have like too much detail on favorite stuff. But I love the last song the most, Get a Match. We wrote it, and when we went to record it, Adam didn't even want to record it. I remember
I
you
didn't
saying to me that
really
it's
have much of
done.
a clue what I was playing. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't. We totally winged it. I think we played it like a half version of it at a gig in January, and we were like, oh, this song doesn't work. But we were already booked in to record it. And we like rewrote the chorus the day before.
Yeah.
And
I
um
remember getting so mad at you, man, because it was like 2 hours before we were going at the studio, and you put in like
I knew demo.
the new version, the new demo. I was like, Jamie, man, like,
Please. This is 8 in the morning. Like, but yeah, Get a Match definitely was. I think it's at least as far as we've recorded now, it's the furthest we've gone in terms of like putting in like synths and like more fun
yeah,
stuff. I really love that song, and we've not played the actual full version live once outside of with VUKOVI, and that
yeah,
was a very even then that was like really stripped back into comparison to where we're performing it now. So I love that song to bits. I'm really proud of that one. Adam?
um, I'm torn, man. You know, again, like, well, I have the most fun playing Hometown. Like, that song just has a big
Yeah.
place in my wee heart.
Mhm.
I don't know, it's just a cool stumpy feel to it. I just think it's sick. And again, how much it's changed from how it used to be. I think it's kind of, I don't know. I actually got much to say. I just love it. Pretty Little Words as well. Just it's just again another very fun, very upbeat song.
Mhm.
And again, how much same kind of thing. How much it's changed from just being straightforward, kind of 2 minute banger function to us being able to flesh it out over time and to have it all come together. I think it's
Yeah,
well
it's
worth it.
that fine. It's that fine.
Yeah, yeah, match as a banger though.
Yeah.
It's my favorite one.
Yeah. Right answer. Right answer, Rena.
I
There we
think
go.
I think it's kind of everyone's favorite from anyone I've asked.
It's either
Yeah.
that
Usually
or
they
it's
kind of go
Vile
to
everyone loves, but that's because Glasgow loves a
a
punk song, man.
function. Yeah,
Yeah,
Glasgow loves a punk song.
it's nice and loud.
Yeah, exactly. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with it just being way too loud.
Yeah.
that's because people can't hear how bad we really are.
No, 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 no. Don't tell them that.
Sorry, I mean, cut that.
So you guys have your headline at King Tuts next week. How are you feeling about that?
Nervous.
Yeah, I think this is the first one in a while that I'm a bit nervous for because like we've done like gigs where we're like supporting much bigger bands, but that's very different because I'm
Yeah,
like
not
there's only so much you can control there, right? And like I'm quite comfortable in that kind of setting of just like being big and performative and everything. But when it comes to especially King Tuts, like me and Adam have been playing King Tuts since like 2022.
for every year
And
in plus.
yeah, 2022 was the first gig he played with us was in King
Yeah, that's
Tuts, and it was
March.
like yeah, it was April.
Ah,
Um, Yeah, that's good. But like the thing is that it's just become like we've seen so many of our friends do it on a local level. We've seen so many of our like bands we look up to have gone and done it. Obviously, it's very iconic, but we've been trying to get it for so long. We just sat at the beginning of this year and we were like, yeah, we'll do it this year and we'll see how it goes. So we're now like a week out and I'm a bit like, oh, it's a week out. Great. I've been thinking about this since the moment I started playing in a band. Amazing. And that sounds daft because it's just another like small Glasgow venue, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm nervous, but the set we've got for it is going to be very good, I hope.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's cool. Excited.
Going from being the support at all the time, I was just the first time headline. But then again, as you said, it was like my way usually for just especially like the bigger acts. You don't really rely on ticket sales really for that. That's just like
Yeah.
something for us to do. Whereas that's really like we've been prejudiced and they try it out, but it's
We'll see. We'll see. We're just praying that someone's there.
Yeah.
That's
I'll be
it.
there.
Yeah.
Will be there.
I've got one.
We'll have Kaylee, and then that's it. Just feeling good the whole time.
Just me at the front. Just
Amazing. Oh, I cannot wait. No, but we're excited.
Forward.
So how would you say you guys sound differs between live and recorded?
Oh, this is an interesting one right now because we so for the King Tuts show we're doing something very new for us, wherein we found a way to sort of bring out a lot of the synths and additional production on the actual EP into a live setting. Just because we started doing it because a lot, even just like the newer stuff we've written that just didn't fit in this EP that we want to work on next, kind of all has a lot more synths. It's a lot closer to the sounds of songs like Get a Match and This Coven and stuff. And we wanted that extra boost to see what it was like. Before, and I think what a lot of people are comfortable with seeing us, is we sound a lot raw and a lot more like aggressive.
The recorded sound was a lot more refined and tight.
Yeah.
It's
It's a
what I
lot.
expect. But
It's very high energy. Like we have played these songs at like 2 times speed at times. It is ridiculous.
but
But it's always fun. I think we always, as a live band, we want to kind of capture the sort of big sort of sound as like the big stage presence and everything, and just help everyone have a good time. I think for us, it's like trying to capture the big ideas in our head and put them onto a live set. And if we can do that one day, I'll be satisfied. But I think we're on our way there just now.
I think with ever doing it going forward, I think it's try to take that kind of high energy and also that kind of chaotic kind of energy in the gigs, and that mixed with the kind of refined sound of the actual recordings.
Yeah.
That would be good.
So do you guys have any plans to make more visual stuff to go along with the music, like music videos or anything?
So we debated about this. We really wanted to do a music video for This Coven, the song, but it just slipped us by. We could return to it and do one because I think these songs are like quite, like they're all, I think whenever I tend to write something, it just always just tends to be way too over the top and cinematic. So we're like, but it helps with the visual thing. I think we have done a live session recently that will be coming out in whenever that's coming out. That involves a couple of the songs from the EP. But we would love to do more visual work going forward. I think that would bring together a lot of what we're doing, whether that's returning to one of these songs and maybe doing a video to accompany it a bit later in the year, or whether that's with the new material we're going to be working on. We want to start looking at that and start actually taking that seriously because it's just a great way to sort of get people more into it and involved, I think.
Yeah. So what would you say are some of your favorite things about being in Fog Bandits?
I like that. All right, no, you can go first. I talk more. You can go first.
No, actually, You go. It's okay.
Oh, this is gonna be awkward now. Okay, I will.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I really like that. I don't know. I feel a lot of freedom in this band at the minute. I feel like we're very at the start of everything, and we're starting to get tastes of what that could be, and like if we get lucky or work or like the hard work that will need to go in to like get us to somewhere else. But I think it's quite freeing about it is that you can write whatever you really want. We haven't set rules on ourselves yet. We've said we'll explore this and we'll explore that and we'll have fun with this and have fun with that. But we can sort of now be as ambitious as we want and slowly figure out what we are. I think it's very freeing. And also playing live with this band is ridiculously fun because it just feels like a pantomime half the time. It's like total like rock and roll kind of like hair metal pantomime. So I'm like, it's such a release. And like the more that we've been playing to people in the last year and getting that reaction off of people, it's a really rewarding feeling. I feel like there's slowly amassing people who are like looking for a band like this, and that's a really, really good feeling to be a part of something like that.
Yeah, I very much agree with that, to be fair. And it's nice not being kind of like we're not boxed ourselves in with anything really also involved that kind of heavy sound, heavy vibe, but we can also still do so much different things with that. And going to different, obviously, especially with Dylan, because he's obviously he pushes you to write different
Yeah.
things as well.
Our
Man,
guitarist is our guitarist is just the most mental musician in the world. So like he's like sitting there, he just like the stuffing noodles between songs and rehearsal. He just like suddenly goes from like playing like these chuggy massive breakdowns to like just Spanish guitar.
Yeah.
He's ridiculous. So you know what? Maybe in the next EP it'll all be like classical ballads. We'll see.
I like it since I like as well that this band has pushed me as a drummer. Like everything that I've played within Bandits is probably like the best of my ability right now. And it's good because especially with the stuff we're working on, I do really need to work hard for it. And I'm looking forward to it again, so that kind of nerve-wracking looking at it and thinking like, man, how am I going to do this? But then it's a good feeling because I'm like, okay, well, it's not how am I going to do it, it's I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I like that because yeah, it's just nice having that kind of extra push to be like, right, okay, I'm going to get better. It's going to make us look better. We're all going to get better. And as James said, it's just fun. The gigs are fun. Even if there's be kind of the odd times, the times I have to do technical mishaps, or I'll chuck a stick or whatever. And so, yeah, right, let's keep going. Let's try this a lot.
Yeah. What would you say are some standout moments you've had in the band so far?
Playing with Frank Iero. That was insane. Are you kidding me? Right, that was like I remember getting offered that when I was in college at the time, and I was sitting at like an exam in college, and I'd finished up. I wasn't allowed to leave, and I looked at my phone, and we got an email from Meg from DF, who kind of books a lot of local bands for them, and like it said LS Dunes. I'm like, I've heard of them, but I don't know where I've heard of them from. And I'm like, it's in St. Luke's. It's like next week. And I'm like, oh, sick. I love playing St. Luke's. It's one of the best venues in the city. We'll go do it. And I text our pal Ross. Good thing to know about me and Ross is that our favorite band of all time is My Chem. So I send him that text and he immediately blows me up with phone calls. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then he sends me the picture of the band. And I can see front and center is Frank Iero, and I'm like, shit. Like, I proper like shit myself. And then but like getting there and like I kind of regret it a little bit because backstage I was like trying to play it a little bit cool and trying to be like, yeah, no, it's okay, man, it's okay. And like the entire sound check, Frank Iero's at the barrier watching us play, and I'm sitting there like voice cracking, like actually never been so nervous. But no, that day was insane. Like we went outside for like just like for them to have a smoke and stuff, and we like got bombarded by people who were queuing around the corner to get in. They were like, "We've been looking up all your stuff all night," and we're like, insane. And then when we came off stage, it was like people were coming up to us and like taking photos with us and stuff, and like the crowd absolutely like we hadn't experienced anything like that ever since. It was a crowd that was almost full in St. Luke's, and they absolutely loved us. And plus, LS Dunes were just really just nice guys. They were
Very
brilliant.
well into it.
Yeah,
I was going to
it's
say the
like
actual lead up to that gig, that whole day was a mess. And I'm so happy that the gig went as well.
it was great. I absolutely loved that day. I think also
Yeah,
doing the gig with VUKOVI earlier this year was also pretty mental.
again,
Like
it's very
standing up on that stage.
so high
It doesn't hit you how high up it is.
up.
Yeah.
We that's what scared us. But yeah, I would still lean LS Dunes, I think, just because Frank Iero. I'm not getting over that. I'm not
Yeah.
getting over that.
I don't think I ever would.
No, it's never like I'm like, yeah, it's Frank Iero and then it's my cat and then we can't go between that. Like they're just one and two. Like
There's their drummer let me use the drums, which is very, very lovely of them. They
yeah,
let me
you got
use
to
the
use
cymbals
super
as well.
fancy kit.
I got to use a super fancy kit and cymbals I don't think I could afford for at least the next 5 to 10 years. So I was very happy with that.
I know that's not it for me.
And we're a bit cool as well because we worked on, doing our usual edginess and walking on stage with our heads down. And when I sat down, I was like, oh, I looked up and seen the crowd. I was like, okay.
There's a lot of people for a change, or no?
But then, oh, oh, stupid.
What time are we at? Right. So I'm just gonna ask you guys a couple more questions and then wrap it up.
Yep.
So I've
Go
been
for it.
asking everyone these ones. So if your music was a soundtrack to a movie, what genre would the movie be?
Uh, oh, this is gonna sound so bad. Hold on. I'm thinking like, do you know how they used to use like 2000 in like the 2000s? You had all these really shitty action movies with just like the absolute most banger soundtracks.
Yeah.
Like it would just be like it's always the one of like Transformers ending and then What I've Done by Linkin Park coming on. It's like one of those kind of ones. I feel like it's so big and silly and just fun that I'm like, nah, it's got to be in something that's hype. I would feel like 2000s cheesy action movie that just does not take itself seriously at all. I'd be thrilled.
Anything with Jason Statham.
It would be awesome. And then like the last minute of Get a Match, put that in like a horror movie, and I'm sold.
Oh,
Um,
Yeah, that works.
yeah, that's just up there.
And then the other question is, so you guys are away to take the stage at a show. What song are you playing to hype yourselves up?
Oh, I think have we have I feel like I listen to my own music, but we should probably do that all together. Uh, well,
before gigs are just kind of generally like
we just
we'll
kind of
do
jump
like
about
some
a
kind
bit.
of yeah,
But like, I'm trying to think. There was definitely a time where we have used the song. I think it was really lame before VUKOVI, but me and Ross again, to mention before, we sat backstage with the in our dressing room. It's the only time we had an actual labeled dressing room. Just playing and singing Creeper songs,
yeah,
which was the lamest thing ever, but it just got me in the mood to go on stage. I can't describe it. But yeah, we need it. We need a hype song. We need something to like.
we used to
We need
have
something.
the one that set the world on fire is the walk-on music, and I
Yeah,
think
but that's walk on music. That's not like a very hype
but
song.
see,
That's like,
I was wait until like near the end of it. That kind of that helped
oh,
me
you know,
get
that's
it.
true.
It
We would
helped
step
like this is
backstage and we would like sing along to the
yeah,
intro song that
yeah.
would play.
I
But
remember. I
I don't want to
remember.
set the world on fire by the Ink Spots. There you go.
That's right. I remember
Terrible answer. That's not hype at all.
we were all singing it, waiting, and again when we got to the bit when we were going on, the song just kind of stopped all at once, and we were like, ah, right,
We've worked on that bit.
but,
Oh,
yeah.
so well, I'll just wrap it up there. Is there anything you guys would like to add quickly before we go?
I mean, King Tuts.
King Tuts, please, please.